All right, well, let's get started. Okay, so you guys were here yesterday? Not yesterday, just kidding. Was everyone here last Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And do you remember what we were talking about last Sunday? Yes.
Face your fears in the unknown.
Face your fears in the unknown. Great. Someone was listening.
You only called them.
All right, so during the series, we're going to talk about a guy named Daniel. And does everyone know who Daniel is?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
none of us.
None of you know
I
who
do.
Daniel is.
I know what Daniel
That's great.
is.
What's that?
He's Sean. Daniel Sean.
Daniel Sean. Definitely not.
No, Sean.
Strong. Okay, yeah, he's strong. He's really strong. So we've faced the fear of the unknown, right? So today we're facing a new fear, and the fear is going to be something that you guys are hopefully used to being, but sometimes that you guys adapt to. Does anyone know what it is like to adapt? You? Okay, yeah. You know what it is like to adapt? So being different is what we're going to be talking about. Who knows all about being different?
Me.
Yes, you.
I'm different.
Everyone is different. I love that. So, I don't really need this, but... Hello? All right, maybe I do need this. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Or was it better like this?
It's better like that.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, Aaron. As long as Aaron said it's okay, it will be okay. All right, so fear of being different. All right, so who here likes to fit into the crowd? You like to fit into the crowd?
No.
Me too.
What?
No.
No, we want to be different because everyone is different. Everyone knows that each of our fingerprints are different from anyone that's ever lived on earth, dead or alive. Did you know that? Because God, gotta keep it low. So we all have different fingerprints. As close as it is, it's off by like a teeny tiny bit. It's different. Okay? So everyone's made different, so we need to make sure that we're not trying to be like someone else. You ever hear the term like when someone's trying to be like someone else? Like, oh, I want to be like that person. You're like, why? Like, why do you want to be like that person? So, we're going to, today's takeaway today, so we remember it, is I can face my fear of being different. Can everyone repeat that?
I can face my fear of being different.
I can face my fear of being different. Awesome. So, we are going to turn today to Daniel 1. Who has their Bibles? So we were picking up where we left off last week, and it was where Daniel and his friends were taken captive at Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar. Can everyone say Nebuchadnezzar? Never am I saying that word again. Nebuchadnezzar. That's his name. So they had to face their fear of being unknown and train for 3 years to be in the king's army. All right? So let's read verse, we're going to backtrack to verse 5. So let's read this together. Well, if you don't have the same Bible, then let's not read it together. So it says, "The king then ordered that they be served from the same menu as the royal table, the best food, the finest wine. After 3 years of training, they would be given position in the king's court." All right, so that sounds pretty good, right? If you're going to be eating from the king's court, it sounds like really good food. You know, it might be like a buffet, right? It could be like lobsters and steaks and like burgers and pizza with like every topping you could think of. And maybe like broccoli and whatever. I don't know what you guys like to eat, so it's going to be different for everyone. So one person might like a steak and the other person might be okay with string cheese, right? So either way, just think of it as like the best food in the world, right, for you guys.
I love string cheese.
Yeah, you like string? Me too. All right, so it says here in verse 8, "But Daniel was determined not to defile himself by eating the food and wine given to them by the king. He asked the chief of staff for permission not to eat these unacceptable foods." So, I'm not sure why he didn't want to eat these foods, but we don't even know what it was. Like I said, it could have been like dates and watermelons and gingers and like coconuts. Who knows, right? But a lot of the times, the reason why he probably didn't want to do this is because a lot of this food that the king made for their people was made for idols. Do you guys remember what an idol is?
Yes.
Yeah, you never want to make an idol of someone who's not God, because God's the only one that, we should be worshiping, right? So for instance, if they, do you remember that story where they created a statue of like a cow, and everyone started bowing to the cow? These are the types of foods that were possibly like offered, and they made it. So they were like, hey, we're gonna offer this in the name of that cow. I mean, who does that? So that's one of the main reasons why I think he didn't want to eat this food, because it wasn't offered to his God, it was offered to a different person. It was offered to a fake idol, right? So he didn't want to eat this. So his request was, how about, he was asking the chief of staff, who was in charge of feeding everyone and making them healthy so that they could be in the king's army, right? To be healthy. And he was like, you know what, I'm going to make you a deal. He said, I'm going to say, what if my guys, my 3 friends, which was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You guys remember them, right?
No.
We'll hear about them later on. They were the 3 guys that were put in the fire, in the furnace, and they survived.
The furnace.
Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, in the furnace. So those were the 3 guys. So he said, what if we just have water and wine for the next 10 days, and then you could compare us and see how healthy we are compared to all the other people. So we're going to keep reading from verse 9 to 14. And 9 to 14 it says, now God had given the chief of staff both respect and affection for Daniel. I'm afraid, my lord king. So basically he's saying that if he finds out that he was giving him the wrong food, and then it backfired on him, that the person who's in charge would be beheaded. Does everyone know what beheaded means?
Yep. Nope.
His head be cut off.
Yeah. Just cut it
So, and he was afraid. So, which is why Daniel was like, hey, just give me 10 days and let's see what happens. Okay? So, it says here, so Daniel and his friends chose to eat veggies and water. I thought it was wine. Fine. Water. Water. Veggies and water. Okay? So instead, out of doing all this, what do you think happened? Who do you think came out healthier out of everyone? All right. Daniel and his friends. You are correct. Because it says here, at the end of the 10 days, Daniel and his 3 friends looked healthier and better nourished than the young men who had been eating the food assigned by the king. So after that, the attendant fed only vegetables instead of the food and wine provided. God gave these 4 young men an unusual aptitude for understanding every aspect of literature and wisdom. So not only were they looked healthier and stronger, but in their minds, they were also better. Their minds were clearer. They were able to receive word from God and speak wisdom among the people. Okay? And so it says here, when the king talked to them, no one impressed the king as much as Daniel and his friends. So they entered the royal service. Whenever the king consulted them in any matter requiring wisdom and balanced judgment, he found them 10 times more capable than any of the magicians and the enchanters in his entire kingdom. Isn't that cool? So, I don't think it was because of the wine and eating healthy, but I think it's because he rejected things that were not offered to God. Things that were offered to something else that wasn't of God. And that was really the main thing. All right? So, the main point here was that, it says here, not only were Daniel and his friends not pale and skinny, they looked way better than the other guys. So God continued to bless them. All right? So how many of you guys know about being different, right? Has there ever been a movie here that your parents were like, no, you can't go see that with your friends? Yes, right? You've gotten that before. So you have 2 choices. You could either disobey your parents and be like, you know what? I'm going to go see it anyway. I don't care what they say. Or you could obey them and be different and be like, you know what? Maybe when I'm older and I could understand it better and my mind could process what's going on the screen, then I'll be ready to watch it. Right? You have a question. Go ahead.
If you don't get killed, they'll play video games the whole time.
That would work too. That might be better than watching a movie that your parents don't want you to watch. All right? Number 2, maybe let's just say you go to school, and obviously right now it's virtual, but when you did go to in-person school, which some of you guys are going back, I know, maybe you were the only Christian in your class, right? So you have a chance to talk about Jesus Or pretend you don't even go to church and you're just like, I don't do anything on Sundays, I sleep in. You know, you could lie and do that. But does God want you to do that? No, He wants you to share that you're actually learning about Him. You're being surrounded by other people who want to know more about God and be in the presence of other people who believe, right? So, being different is hard. All right? Who thinks they're different here? Everyone should be raising their hand. Everyone's different. I'm not like him, he's not like me, and she's not like him.
Older than
you know?
everyone.
So, well, other than that, we all look different, okay? Unless you're twins. Even twins have a slight difference. Even if it's not,
even
you know?
their fingerprints.
Even their fingerprints, exactly.
Like,
See, like, with my name, I hardly ever met anyone with the same name as me. So, right from then, I already felt different. You know, like Darwin. Like, I've never really met another Darwin before until, like, I went to Mexico. And he was like the doorman at the hotel or something. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's another Darwin. But yes, question.
I bet twins could have the same name as Devin, D-E-V-O, and then D-E-V-I-N.
That would be good.
You're Darwin.
I am Darwin, yes.
And then D-E-V-A-N for triplets.
So right now we're gonna actually play a little game.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a little game, and this is gonna be called "One of These Things Is Not Like the Others." All right. So I'm gonna hold up two things, and you gotta tell me which is not like the other. Okay. All right. One of these things. Look, I'm gonna even switch it so you guys can get fooled. Oh, behind my back. I farted in one. Now it's really different. I'm just kidding, I didn't do that.
Now I really don't want one of those.
Alright, now you guys can't tell which is different.
Yes.
What's different?
The Cheetos.
The Cheetos. Wait, what?
The Doritos.
The Cheetos.
They're different.
What is different?
The green one.
I don't know what that is, but it's the green one.
The green one. The green one's different. These are like not so healthy, and then the other one is.
I like the
So, what? Can anyone know what's the green one called? Yes.
potato chips.
What?
It says
Potato
kettle
chips.
Is it kettle chips?
Potato.
Nobody
Potato.
No one eats this? This is really good stuff.
No, I don't. It's on a tomato.
What are they?
You-
Wow, this is depressing. Yes.
How much can see it?
They're harvest. Yeah, but like, what are they? You know? Never had these pea
They're
pods, like
chips.
the peas.
No, I have these.
All right, in that case, I'm keeping that one. All right, so that's the different one, right?
Yeah, sure.
Here, you answered Cheetos. And then we'll give out the others a prize. All right, so for the drinks, this is pretty simple.
Sprite and I see Coke.
Water.
Water's different, right?
Water.
Number one is this is like carbonated, and then the rest are,
It is also longer
you know.
than the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also longer than the other, but it's obvious which is different, right? Like, yes, this is different also, but still, like, you know, same can, just a different color.
I was gonna say the Sprite.
Yeah, I can
I
Sprite.
want the water.
Okay.
The Sprite.
Oh, we're not giving this out yet.
Okay.
We're not giving this- We might give this out later, but make sure don't eat that till after.
Please.
All right. So,
That's probably sugar.
was it fairly easy to distinguish what was different?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the different packaging, different everything, right? So we want to make sure that as we go out into the world, as we leave here, people need to see that difference inside of us. Like, we don't want to hide it, right?
X-ray vision stuff.
I don't know about X-ray. You don't need X-ray vision to like figure out someone's different. Like, for instance, if there is if there's like something that happens like on the street, you know, you could be different by actually helping someone in need, right? As opposed to other people that just pass them. Does everyone remember the story of the Good Samaritan?
Yes.
Yeah, right? Like, what was different about the person, the third person in that story? Does everyone remember? Yes, Christine.
He actually helped.
He actually helped, right?
And
Everyone
it was
else was like,
Samaritan.
I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to go that way. Like, I don't want to, you know.
It was a Samaritan anyway.
What?
It was a Samaritan anyway.
Yeah, it was a Samaritan. Yep. And actually, let's actually repeat today's takeaway. Does everyone remember what it was?
It's like
I can face my fear
to the onion. Oh wait, no.
I
of
know it.
being different.
Of the differentness.
I like that. Like at the very last one. All right. So can everyone repeat that? I can face my fear of being different. Okay. No, let's not mumble it out. Let's actually speak it out. All right. Nothing from Fred Flintstone. I'm sorry.
2, 1.
Go. All right. Sounds good. All right. So we're gonna play a game, and I'm actually gonna need to pad the floor.
Oh no! You're gonna smash eggs!
So
Wait, that's
from there, you guys gotta tell me which one
To smash?
to smash.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on everyone.
You guys can stand up
Wait,
and just look.
One from Ashley.
All right. So how many think I should smash this one?
Not me.
Yes.
How many think I should smash this one?
Yes.
Oh
No,
boy.
I'm telling you.
All right, here we go.
The
Oh
one
no!
that's
Oh, okay. That didn't smash as well as I wanted to. Maybe I'll smash it that way. Okay. All right. So I think this one. It's got a. Oh, it's boiled. It came out. All right. So
That's from Aunt Jamie.
Wait,
Yep.
the right one.
which one?
The one on the right.
My right or your right? Smash this one.
On your left.
Okay. Raise your hands if you want me to smash this one.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Raise your hands if you want me to smash this one. All right. So it's this one.
I
Oh,
knew it.
good. That one's safe.
I knew it.
Good job. Which means this is probably.
Unboiled.
That one was the better one.
Do it like this.
All right.
The one on the right again. Yeah, the one on our right.
This one.
The one on our right.
Which one?
The one on our right.
The one on. All right.
Your left.
How about this
Your
one?
left.
Raise your hand if you think this one.
Wait.
Yes. This one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I knew
Well-
Wanna know how I know it each time? Because the one.
Whoa! That one was also hard boiled. All right.
Then that means
Which
both
one?
of those are dead.
That one.
This one or that one?
The one.
Doesn't matter.
This one?
No.
This one? Raise your hand if it's this one.
I think it's that one.
Raise your hands if it's this one.
This.
That looks pretty even.
No, I know which one's hard boiled. Yes!
No.
They're all.
They were both.
Yeah, I knew it.
Anyone want scrambled eggs?
No. It's two.
It's
I
raw.
already had eggs this morning.
Yep.
It's raw.
It is pretty raw. Somehow it didn't go on me. That's weird.
Okay, get one and do this on the table.
Why? We're done. All these are eatable. Like I might actually eat this.
Do it. Do it.
Who's gonna eat this one? It's just a thing. You guys have never eaten egg. Oh,
I have, but it's cold. I hate cold.
I
Is that
love
cool?
boiled eggs.
Where is the salt?
where's the salt?
Where is the salt?
All right. I have a couple questions for you guys. Once I finish eating this egg, kind of stuck in my throat.
I can taste it.
Eggs
I
are
like
good.
right now. I can taste the smell. I just breathed the smell. I can taste.
All right, I'm better. I can talk now.
I can taste things that I see.
Can I have the...
And Lucas, I'm gonna have you clean this up. Is that okay? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wait back there. All right. So, what is the name of our new series?
Me. Face your fears.
How'd you know that?
It's behind you.
Because it's behind me.
Well, it'll go up there right in front of me.
It is. It is. Okay.
Because of the
It's gonna be.
Why didn't you turn them off, John? The sentence for today.
Oh, okay. Well, this one. Here. What is the fear we talked about facing today? Raise your hand.
Face your faith. You answered different.
Bit different. There you go. That's all I wanted to hear. Different.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. What did Daniel and his friends choose to eat instead of the king's food?
Water and vegetables.
Water and vegetables. Awesome. Again? What is today's takeaway?